Anthony is back with us tonight, president of Empower Illinois. Hey, Anthony, how you doing?
For having me.
Yes, thanks for being back with us. So I know that you want to tell us all about how to extend the tax credit scholarship program that is expiring at the end of this year. Tell us what's going on with that right now.
Yeah, thank you. So this program that we've had the good fortune of speaking with you and your viewers about several times over the past many years is set to expire or sunset in legislative terms this year. So the last opportunity that lawmakers have to extend the Invest in Kids Act, which is the law that allows the tax credit scholarship program to exist, that window is closing this Thursday. So these final 3 days of veto session, lawmakers have to decide if they'll extend the program and help support thousands of kids throughout the state who have received a scholarship already, 9,600 last year alone, and the many tens of thousands more on the wait list. So if folks are interested, if they want to contact their lawmaker, let them know how they feel about the program, they can go to savemyscholarship.org, and all the information they need is right there.
And that is why you're not here with me like you usually are, because you're in Springfield, right, working on this?
I am. You know, I love your very inviting and cozy set there, and would have loved to have been in person. But yes, indeed, we're in Springfield today, tomorrow, and Thursday. Many hundreds of parents and school leaders from across the state coming to the state capitol to let lawmakers know how important this program is to them and to the kids and families that they're able to serve thanks to these scholarships.
And this is something that is pretty big here in the Rockford area, right? Tell us how it affects those of us here.
Absolutely. So in the Rockford, greater Rockford area, almost 700 scholarships awarded since the beginning of the program. That's almost $4 million in funding. And right now, today, as we speak, over 300 kids on the wait list. That's a student who's completed an application, said that they would love a tax credit scholarship to go to a private school of their choice. They're simply waiting for the dollars to be available to unlock that scholarship and allow them to attend their best fit school.
So this is the week that lawmakers need to renew it. What will happen if they do, and what will happen if they don't?
So if the program is renewed, which is the outcome we would certainly love to see, and hope that lawmakers will stand up with and for kids and families to do that. If the program's extended, then it continues on just as it has, with some changes that are being proposed in, I would say, a kind of a compromise legislative bill. So there would be some changes to the program, but the most important thing is that it would continue, and kids and families could count on these scholarships to extend their education at the schools they're attending right now. If it fails, if lawmakers do not act and it's not extended, it's the worst outcome, first and foremost, for kids and families. What it means is that while their scholarships would be good for this current school year, the 23-24 school year, there would be no more funding and no more scholarships for those students to continue in the subsequent school year in 24-25. So it is a definitive and very steep cliff. The cutoff is very real, and that would be the, again, tragic outcome if lawmakers do not act.
So you are in Springfield, you're working on this. What can those of us who are not in Springfield do to assist with this?
Michelle, it's a great question. And the great thing about this program is that everyone can participate. Simply sharing your voice and your support for this program with your lawmakers is one very tangible way. And again, if you go to savemyscholarship.org, you can find the resources you would need to do that. And as I've said before on the show with you, for donors out there who are maybe hearing about this for the first time, or those who have given in the past but not yet this year, there's no better time than right now to make your donation and ensure that all the kids on the wait list can receive a scholarship, at least for this school year. And just a reminder to your viewing audience there, one of the features of this program is that donors receive a 75% state tax credit for their donation. So if they give $1,000, they're eligible to receive $750 off their state income tax. So it's a very important incentive that has allowed many, many donors to give more than they otherwise would be able to support these really worthwhile scholarships.
All right, give us that website one more time so people know where to go.
Thank you. So savemyscholarship.org. And if they want to learn more about how to donate, empowerillinois.org has all the resources right there.
Perfect. Well, Anthony, thank you so much for taking some time out of your busy day and spending it with us today.
Absolutely. Great to be with you, Michelle. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Coming up next, we're talking and tasting pasta at Alpine View Restaurant. We'll be right back.